Good motherfucking morning, motherfuckers. Too aggressive? Whatever, fuck it. We're gonna have some fun this morning. So there were two, I don't want to say big stories coming out yesterday, but I didn't know this, and fuck, keeping up with the news is my job. Joe Biden had a NBC town hall last night, and we can go over the few topics that he actually did discuss it took an hour on NBC, but realistically, like 3 points were actually talked about. And Trump's back at the White House, and guess which one is a much bigger story in the news right now? I bet you think it's probably the one to do with Trump, right? Well, you'd be right, of course. But before we get into the nitty gritty, I want to thank everybody for stopping by here, and hopefully we can have a little bit of a laugh this morning at the expense of old Uncle Joe and the media. And I want to thank everybody for giving the new channel a try here. We're doing 3 videos a day talking about the world of sports, mainstream media, and anything else that really tickles my fancy here. And if you guys have a suggestion for a video that you would like explained further or just extrapolated on and you don't see talked about enough out there, feel free to drop it in that comment section down below. Or hey, doing something as simple as hitting that subscribe button or just dropping a like on the video really helps the channel grow. And hey, that's what we're trying to do here, and appreciate everybody in here on the ground floor trying to make a difference and pursuing the truth, because that's what we're doing over here, and glad you're stopping by. So this town hall was probably the most unnecessary thing I've ever seen. They really went, I don't know, out of their way to super sample the Democrats in Miami, where NBC held this town hall for Biden. It was a flurry of softball questions and mostly just a stand for Joe Biden to tout the benefits of mask wearing and backpedal on a bunch of his different stances. This week, Joe Biden thinks that he can backpedal on his national mask mandate by just saying that he would, if I become elected president, I'll just mandate the masks at the federal controlled buildings and parks, and I'll talk with most of the governors, some might not even come, that's what he said, and talk with them about instituting mask policies, which if we still gotta deal with this shit in fucking January, I'm gonna put a bullet through my head. And to wrap up the COVID stuff, he said that he wasn't surprised, like it says here in this article. I got The Guardian pulled up because I need a good laugh this morning. Joe Biden and Democratic presidential candidate, or the Democratic presidential candidate, has said he is not surprised by Donald Trump's coronavirus infection and delivered a blunt rebuke. Masks matter. Speaking at an NBC television town hall event is a strong word, in Miami, Florida, the former vice president drew a stark contrast with Trump, who, on returning to the White House just an hour earlier, instantly removed his face mask for a photo op. We'll get to that. I would hope that I can't talk that slow. The president, having gone through what he had went through, and I'm glad he seems to be coming along pretty well, would communicate the right lesson to the American people, Biden told moderator Lester Holt on an open-air stage. Masks matter. These masks. They matter. It matters. Matters. It saves lives. It prevents the spread of the disease. Social distancing. You know the thing. The only thing I heard was one of the tweets saying that, don't be so concerned about all this. Essentially, there's a lot of concern about truly a speech up there with the 7 years ago and Mr. Gorbachev tear down that wall. But the rest of the town hall was just, be afraid. COVID's going to come and kill you and everybody that you love. The economy is shit, and it's always been shit under Trump. They did a tremendous amount of gaslighting during this, backtracking on Biden's actual record, saying that he has a long and storied history about keeping Democrats and Republicans together, bringing them together on specific issues. And there was, of course, a Bidenism real close to the end where he was pressed about how he would reunite the entire country, where he spun off on this fucking nonsensical story about how some senator was bullying Bob Dole and some other long dead senator, that he felt bad for them and went back to his office to really think about it. And by the time he finished meandering through his old man statement, Lester Holt was actually like, sir, are you actually going to address the topic at hand about how you're going to reunite the country? It was, like I said, the most unnecessary town hall ever. And the only other point worth mentioning is, if Amy Coney Barrett gets confirmed and appointed to the Supreme Court. One of these bitches thought that she's going to repeal Roe v. Wade, whatever the fuck, and Joe Biden's just going to make it a law. Whatever. That's what his platform is this week. Shit changes on the regular with him, so like I said, this was totally unfucking necessary. But Lester Holt was just as chummy as Anderson Cooper and Chris Wallace were to him during the debates in the other town hall. But you know what? For bringing up all of Trump's health scares, well, the only one was actually this COVID thing right now. They really just don't want to bring up Joe Biden's actual troublesome health history. But you know what? Fuck it, I will. What Joe Biden learned from his life-threatening brain aneurysms. Yeah, Joe Biden's not a healthy man. In February of '88, he suffered two life-threatening brain aneurysms. Biden has said the experience shaped him into the kind of man he would want to be. Yes, he was inspired by Jack Nicholson in the last third of Cuckoo's Nest. The fucking man is obviously affected by these brain aneurysms. I don't think I have to point out the fact that somebody who has plumbing in his skull that looks like a busted irrigation system is unfit for the highest office in the land, but the Democrats will tell you otherwise. And this is some documented shit. This is not some fringe conspiracy theory. This is the USA Today's network, Delaware Online. And here, I'll pull up another reputable source, the Washington Examiner. Lots of issues. Former Obama doctor says Biden not a healthy guy. Former President Barack Obama's once longtime doctor said the medical records Joe Biden's campaign disclosed are concerning and incomplete. Terrific. He's not a healthy guy. Dr. David Schreiner, who was Obama's personal physician for 22 years before he became president, concluded after reading the records he's not in bad shape for his age. Well, he's fucking 77. There's not much of a deep pool of comparisons you can draw. But would I say he's in outstanding health? Could I guarantee he won't have an issue over the next 4 years? He has a lot of issues that are just sort of sitting there. In a 3-page letter from Biden's physician, concluded the former vice president is a healthy and vigorous 77-year-old. 177-year-old. Well, fuck, he's older than that because he just claimed not that long ago that he's been in the Senate for 180 years. Fucker's a time traveler that is fit to be president. But the letter also revealed Biden receives treatment for an irregular heartbeat and high cholesterol, and that he deals with acid reflux and seasonal allergies. Healthy and vigorous 77-year-old. And to be fair, seasonal allergies, whatever. Acid reflux, yeah, it happens. You have fucking spicy wings, you get acid reflux. That's what all those Pepsid commercials are for. It noted his already known history of aneurysms and that he took blood thinners. Now, a while back we looked at the CDC when they updated their COVID death tolls to perfectly parse out all the deaths that were related to several comorbidities, and guess what? Biden has more than 2. That would mean that he's a part, if God forbid he would pass away from COVID, he would be a part of the 96% that have been documented. I am definitely not saying I hope Joe Biden catches COVID. Not by any means. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But to say that he's healthy and vigorous is an abject lie. But that's just another instance of somebody lying on Joe Biden's behalf to gaslight the public. The details in the letter made by Schreiner, 81, concerned about Biden's potential for strokes. Oh my God. And he said he would want to see the results from an MRI and CT scan because Biden also used to have sleep apnea. Holy fuck, this dude is sick. Before getting surgery on his sinuses and nasal passages. Schreiner said he would also like to review the results of his sleep study. I really didn't realize how sick Biden actually is. And this was before COVID made land in the United States. Allegedly. This is from the end of last year. So that's the important part, linked to the rest of these and all of the articles in the description down below. But like I had mentioned, what was the big story from yesterday? White House doctor says Trump reports no symptoms of COVID-19, and guess what? He's back. One day after leaving Walter Reed Medical Center to return to the White House, President Trump continues to downplay the risk of the coronavirus. Oh, clutch those pearls, CBS. While his doctor said the president is reporting no symptoms of COVID-19. Hours after medical team treating him for COVID-19 cautioned that he is not out of the woods yet, Mr. Trump, that is. Mr. President, goddammit, be respectful. Got back to the White House shortly before 7 p.m. on Monday, where he took off his mask and gave a thumbs up before walking inside. this picture right there, or that picture right there. We could play the video, but YouTube has a very strict policy on sexually explicit material. So you guys remember when COVID first came over, and God, what was that? All the lockdowns hit in mid to late March, which seems like a lifetime ago at this point, and it was only 7 months, people. Fuck. COVID was a death sentence, of course, and you couldn't be treated. Everybody was going to end up on a ventilator, and you wouldn't be able to say goodbye to grandma, but hey, that was unfortunately life for most people in Michigan, New York, California, New Jersey, and Canada, where 80% of the deaths are due to shitty policies that killed thousands in nursing homes. 80% of the reported deaths in Canada come directly from nursing homes and extended care facilities. Why the fuck is there another round of lockdowns? Oh, my new cases. Yeah, guess what? Nobody's dying. We got it fairly well under control because of these brand new treatment options. He's been treated with dexamethasone. Some steroid. Recommended for use in severe cases of COVID-19. Well, guess what? It'll probably start being used in less severe cases if a man as important as President Trump can come back to work within 3 days. The drug can carry serious psychological side effects. Oh my God, I just realized they're going to start pushing the fact that he's crazy because he took this controversial steroid. Wait for those stories to start popping up shortly, probably by the end of the day. But Connolly, his doctor, said Monday that the president hasn't exhibited any of them. He repeatedly declined to provide specifics about the president's lung condition or the last time Mr. Trump tested negative for the virus, citing federal privacy laws. Yeah, because you give them an inch and they take a mile. Case in point, everything happening right now, say our words, damn it. I'm surprised they didn't mention this in the entire article, that he hasn't denounced white supremacy today or in the past 3 days. So now everybody's flipping their fucking collective lids. Oh, he's only been positive for the coronavirus for 3 days. You're supposed to quarantine for 6 months. I know, a little hyperbolic, but liberals deserve it. Between that and he never had it before, and this is just a big play for sympathy or to get out of the debates. Fucking however crazy you want to take it, there is a story out for it, and guess what I have pulled up just for fun? CNN's homepage. Trump's behavior alarms public health experts. Analysis. A still infectious President Trump ignored advisors to return to the White House. He later falsely tweeted that COVID-19 is less deadly than the seasonal flu. Live updates. White House press secretary downplays possibility of Trump national address today. It is all Trump. Yes, see, Trump. Fauci. CNN is no longer a news site. CNN, I don't know, maybe it's been bought by The Onion, but I can't find anything on here. It is a parody site that nobody should take seriously. The only time you see CNN pop up in one of my articles or one of my videos is when I need something to mock, because there is no news here whatsoever. It is a conspiracy site run by just the dregs of humanity, just empty suits, reading teleprompters, not saying anything important, and just pushing their fringe conspiracies like Trump never had COVID. Oh, he was almost on his deathbed. Oh, he was being fed oxygen. That was the Jim Acosta thing. Jim Acosta or Jake Tapper, they're the same person. Who gives a shit? But they're all fucking bonkers, and unless you, definitely need a laugh, disregard everything CNN does. They are still trying to make allusions to, oh, my Russia, oh, my Ukraine, when you're actually going to turn a blind eye to the only side of the campaign that has taken money from Russians or Ukrainians or Chinese who, guess what? It's all pure projection from the left, and CNN is a perfect encapsulation of that. And before we get too rambly on that, I think that's a good place to end the video. I really appreciate everybody taking the time to click on the video, and hopefully you enjoyed it, because I enjoy making these news videos. I thank you very much, and I've been Don Consuelo. I want you guys to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.